Hey, what's good, everyone? This is V Marie, also known as your girl V92. Just wanted to come to you guys again with another good and short and sweet video. I know it's been ages, but your girl has been dealing with life. A few months ago, my mother passed away. So, just building from that, getting back on my feet, really, and just bringing focus to other things. But other than that, everything is going well. Life is pretty good, as far as family goes. So it's going okay. But anywho, I just wanted to come to you guys with something that I happen to want to make a video about. It's actually just been burning in me to mention it because it's so profound in the message that I'm trying to bring forth to Black women. I happened to run across this woman on Facebook. Many people would consider her and associate her with a feminist. Now, if anyone has watched my channel, for the longest, and if you've been subbed to me, you know what my topics are about. I'm all for the progression and the reformation of Black women as a whole. I'm, just my message is pretty straightforward and straight to the point. But the woman that I happened to run across, her name is Brooklyn Blue. Brooklyn Blue. She is so profound. And this piece that she wrote is just too damn good not to share. If anybody is on Facebook and if you're a sub to any of these groups, check her out. I will attach the link down into the description box for you guys to click on it and check her out. And those of you who want to look her up, her page is spelled BREUKELENBLEU, Brooklyn Blue. So anyway, let me get into this passage really quick, just to read it to you guys. It's just too good not to share. Okay, bear with me for a second, and here we go. The reason why Black males are so damn cocky, disrespectful, and apathetic is because Black women allow it. And the reason why we allow it is because we birthed them and we don't want to admit that we are the source of such an inferior form of human who will degenerate his own mother and elevate every other woman but her. Our holding on is not because of him. Our holding on is because we can't and won't admit to ourselves that we are not woman enough to birth a male who will not turn on us the first chance he gets. It's not his image we are seeking to redeem through our loyalty. Let me say that again. It is not his image we are seeking to redeem through our loyalty. It's ours. And we need to come clean about this if we are ever going to make it out of this situation we find ourselves in. Black men will always tell you, a man will only do what you allow him to do. And he's right. He just doesn't expect you to realize what that truly means and what that could mean for him if you ever figured that shit out. Black women who do have all the power don't realize it. If we would just be woman enough to use it. Only a compromised woman allows what she births to devalue her. A crafty woman cuts off his access to her, thereby redirecting energy. A woman who stands in her power would shut this bitch down in an instant. She is not lying. Your undying devotion and unconditional love for this Black man will not make him love you back. It only makes him hate you more, because the price for your loyalty is so low that you become wretched in his eyes. He sees no value in you because only a woman who sees no value in herself would love a man no matter what he does to her or her children. He hates you because you love him in his wretchedness. He feels contempt for you because you accept him on terms that no other man is accepted. You emasculate him by not requiring of him and what other men must produce in order to qualify as men. You think you're helping him by accepting this mess? What you are really doing is giving him reason to hate you and himself even more. And that's why the moment he gets the chance, he takes all he has to women of other races who historically have demanded more from their man in exchange for her loyalty and love. He uses you on the come up and then goes to her to prove himself worthy. Brooklyn Blue, the truth and nothing but the damn truth. Wake the fuck up, black woman. That's some real shit right there. One thing that stuck out to me the most is her breakdown of the emasculation of black men and how we aren't requiring him of producing anything so that we can benefit and be submissive to him as women. Because we as black women, when we don't require our men to step up to the plate, he sees no value in you. He's getting rewarded for basic shit. I mean, how many times have you looked on Facebook and you come into these groups and you see black men in pictures with their children, and you see thousands of comments, oh my God, I just love to see a black man and his child. The black man is just holding his child, loving his child, something that is a basic instinct of all men. But because black men are so low on the totem pole, because we don't require him to do shit, basic things that women of other races have access to, it's embarrassing. That's why I never congratulate a black man for taking care of his child, because that's what he's supposed to be doing. It's just shameful. There's another one that stuck out to me, and I thought that was profound again. I'm going to share one more passage from her. Just one moment. Where is all these? Okay, here it is actually. So with this passage, it was basically the reason why I love Brooklyn Blue is because she is not afraid to break down the elements of what makes us as black women fail. You know, it's the obvious, of course. She points out the obvious, but it really, when you read her stuff, it makes you look internally as a black woman, and it makes you identify with what you need to work on in yourself. So that's why I love her. Now, in this passage, she's basically, you know, breaking down the reason why black men, or men in general, will always identify as male first. Even if they are decent men, they'll still identify as man first, because that's how their anatomy works. Even if they have, you know, a friend who's wretched and he's no good and he's a cheater, a liar, a deadbeat, they will never call them out because the fact that they identify with being male. So let me get into this. One more moment. Okay. Unlike us, who they expect to never identify as female first, they identify as male first. They will never step in on behalf of black women if it means they will have to confront other black men. 1, they are afraid, and 2, they are too busy seeing themselves in the next nigga. Even if they despise what he is about, in their minds, they will still identify with his struggle as a black man. This is why no matter how much a black woman sacrifices for her black male child, there will always be some part of him that resents her if his father isn't around. He identifies with his black male father, even as he might hate him for his absence, abuse, or neglect. This is why no matter how angry he may be at him, most will end up being just like him with his own children. He identifies with him. He is a male first. That's how manhood works in patriarchy. This is why no matter how much black women beg black men to do better and remember us, they won't. They will not, because doing so would mean they would have to identify with females, and they can't do that and retain their manhood. Black women lack understanding of patriarchy, and it is costing us. We don't understand why black men never seem to really want to help us. We keep thinking it's about the white man and the oppression, but that's not it. In order to check the abuse of other men, they'd have to be willing to check them in themselves. And since most of them have a moral compass that keeps their own hands dirty in one way, shape, or form, they want to be hypocrites and call out other black men. They don't want to be hypocrites and call out other black men. Black feminists are always talking about intersectionality when it comes to black women's experiences, but most overlooked it when it comes to black men. The typical black male, even if he abhors the conduct of another brother, will never check that behavior in him. That is why they can be a decent man, but have a best friend who is a cheater and a poor father. They know dude is wrong, but won't stop being friends with him because of it. They identify with his maleness before the morality of his being of a husband and a father. They know they do this, which is why they are so worried about black women doing it. Black men will always downplay inequalities. The inequities black women endure under sexism. To them, it's not really a problem. After all men do it. To them, the real injustice is racism against them. That is the real inequity here. White men shouldn't wield control over them, but it's only natural for them to wield control over us. They say this shit all the time. You just gotta know how to interpret what they're saying. Brooklyn Blue. And there you have it. The black male's contempt for you as a black woman. Wake up, black women.